All right, Kamala's VP stakes are heating up. We are on an official VP selection watch, and according to reports, the choice now is narrowed down to the final two: Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro. Now, Josh Shapiro happens to be Jewish, and his past support for Israel looks like it could be cause for major headaches for the Democratic Party, maybe a political civil war within the party that has become so radicalized as the far-left anti-Semitic wing of that party continues to grow more and more influential. They're not going to go away anytime soon. After they spent weeks terrorizing college campuses last spring, students are now reportedly gearing up for round two this fall, with some saying they've been working on a plan all summer. Meanwhile, with the DNC set to begin in 2 weeks, pro-Palestinian activists are planning to rally at the convention. How did the Democratic Party get hijacked by these radical left-wingers? Well, it starts at the top. You might remember these remarks from Kamala Harris. A word from your presidential candidate for the Democrats.
Over the summer, there have been, protests and demonstrations in astronomical numbers standing with Palestine, but then just a few days ago, there were funds allocated to continue backing Israel, which hurts my heart because it's an ethnic genocide and the displacement of people, the same that happened in America.
And again, this is about the fact that your voice, your perspective, your experience, your truth should not be suppressed, and it must be heard.
And you must have the courage to object when they use that term, radical Islamic terrorism, which ignores how Muslims have overwhelmingly been the greatest victims of terror.
Here with reaction, Israeli Special Ops veteran Aaron Cohen, Harris Poll Chairman Mark Penn is with us. Mark, I'll start with you. She refused to go see the joint session of Congress speech of Prime Minister Netanyahu, which I would describe as Churchillian. She and Joe Biden have been lecturing Israel not to retaliate. After Iran fired at Israel, their message was don't fire back, and then they refused to join Israel in defending the only democracy in the region. Michael Moore says if she picks Josh Shapiro tomorrow, who is Jewish, that she may very well lose Michigan, and he is furious that he didn't support the BDS movement and compared those students protesting at college universities to the KKK. How's that going to play out? How has your party become so radical and so, frankly, pro-Hamas in that wing?
Well, I think we're going to see the result of this conflict play itself out in that choice tomorrow. Look, I think if she picks Josh Shapiro, she will be saying that she wants to have a more moderate administration. He is Jewish. He has supported Israel. It is important, if she picks him, that she's making a statement by doing that. And if she goes in the other direction, she's taking Bernie Sanders' choice. I know I've advocated she go with the Josh Shapiro choice. We will see what happens tomorrow, but I do think it makes a major statement.
She's saying she wants to win Pennsylvania and thinks Shapiro could help her with Pennsylvania. Because what's going to happen is, I predict, and I hope I'm wrong, Aaron, I believe that Iran is going to fire at Israel. I believe that it's in all likelihood Hamas and Hezbollah fire at the same time. It will be maybe a four-front war, and that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris will do what they did the last time. And that is abandon Israel when they are needed the most, and they'll surrender in the war against radical Islamic terrorism, which Kamala Harris refuses to say and is saying we need to stop saying.
I agree with you 100%, Sean. I really don't think that I don't think that this administration really understands what the goal of Iran is here through these proxies, which is the annihilation of the United States, starting with Israel. And what's going to end up happening is you're going to probably end up seeing a barrage of missiles coming from multiple fronts, Sean, for the purpose of overwhelming Israel's Iron Dome, which means that Israel's intelligence apparatus needs to forget about Kamala, needs to forget about Sleepy Joe and whatever's going on with him, and focus on that actionable intelligence. And that actionable intelligence, nobody does it better than Israel. Your last guest, Sean, Mossab Hassan Youssef, is proof that Israel can infiltrate and has infiltrated the highest levels of terror organizations. We flipped him. We recruited him. We knew who he was in relation to his father. And you just saw it again with the IRGC, with the assassination of Ismail Haniyeh. Israel must ignore all of the nonsense coming out of Kamala's mouth and go on the offensive as needed, because her strength lies
Israel's not
in
gonna stop.
preemptive striking. Correct.
Israel will fight, but why they haven't come out with a cohesive message to Israel to win their war on terror? What does it say, Mark, about the Democratic Party that when Iran attacked Israel and Israel needed America's support in terms of retaliation, America surrendered? What does that say to you about your party? I know you don't believe that. I know you don't agree with that.
I don't, and I don't know what it says about the party, but it says that Joe Biden
Says a lot
has
about
been
the party. Come
influenced
on.
by these demonstrations. You know, let's see what comes out tomorrow. Let's see what happens with the American warships that have been moved there, which are critically important to defending Israel. But look, I'm disappointed with the division that's happened in this party, because I believe Israel was right in this conflict. 80% of Americans believe that it's right. The swing voters of America believe it's right. And common sense and justice really are behind
But
that
Kamala
choice.
doesn't.
So is this
Kamala
going to be...
thinks we should stop saying radical Islamic terrorism. Is that extreme, Mark Penn? Is that an extreme statement? Who attacked us then on 9/11? Who attacked Israel on October 7th?
Hey, Mark, that's
You tell me.
exactly what it was. Extreme radical Islamic terrorism and nothing more.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank
No
you.
argument from me on this, Sean.
All right. You're officially a conservative. Kidding. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.